uh, understand the definition of a product owner. What are their roles and responsibility in, day out?
Sure. Before we go to a product owner, let's first try to understand what's a product, right? What typically we're talking about here. So, in a typical, I would talk of a technology setup, right? I would just give a few examples just to explain you. See, there a product can be anything that is making the lives of the end client better. When we talk of, let's say, there could be a trading product, a trader order management system, which a trader uses.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the GB Show. As we have been always advocating cybersecurity through our all episodes, today I have something different for you. It's about the role of product owner. Product owner is someone who manages the product lifecycle for any organization, though it's a security company or a bank or a manufacturing company. And it also aligns the expectation between the business stakeholder and the IT team. Today, to have a discussion on this topic, I have with me Abha Shukla. She has around 17 years of experience and currently playing the role of director at one of the leading MNC bank. She is a Scrum certified product owner, and we are going to talk to her about the perspective of a product owner on emerging technologies. Let's hear her out. Hello, Abha. Welcome to the GB Show.
Thank you, Gaurav. Happy to be here.
Okay, there I durust hai. But the thing is, actually, most of my podcasts are on cyber security, and from last a couple of weeks, I'm trying to get new perspective to the show, and we are trying to go into the digital space, talking about the products, talking about the technologies, and I was looking forward for that someone who can tell me that how to manage the expectations between the business owners or the business managers and the IT teams, right?
Yeah.
And I was not able to think any better name than you. So thank you. And as for my audience, this is our Women's Special Month, and this is going to be our 4th episode out of 5th. And happy Women's Day to you as well.
Thank you so much.
So to start with, and to make it simple for my audience, let's understand the definition of a product owner. What are their roles and responsibility in, day out?
Sure. Before we go to a product owner, let's first try to understand what's a product, right? What typically we're talking about here. So, in a typical, I would talk of a technology setup, right? I would just give a few examples just to explain you. See, there a product can be anything that is making the lives of the end client better. When we talk of, let's say, there could be a trading product, a trader order management system, which a trader uses day in and day out. There could be a risk management product, which the middle office uses. There could be a simple ticketing product, which, a customer raises a concern over phone, over chat, over email, and all those tickets are then managed through a workflow management. That could be a simple service ticketing product. Now, there could be a service as well, which also comes in that same gamut. For a product owner, the responsibility, which is the most critical and primary one, is to create a product roadmap. That will define what is the Scrum team going to deliver next month, in the next quarter, in 6 months down the line, or maybe next year, right?
So, sorry to interrupt you here, because for my audience, we have never used in my podcast the words like Agile, the Scrum team. If you can provide a bit definition, what is Agile and what Scrum team is, then we can continue with the answer.
Definitely, right. So, when we start off, right, if we look back in the industry 20 years back, the way typically technology products were being built, we used to follow a waterfall model. Waterfall model says that, first you gather the requirements, then you do the development, then you test it, then you put it in production, and that is the point where the end customer actually sees what is being built. And that course may take a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever. now the industry has moved towards agile. It is a methodology, right? It's a concept, it's a principle that says no, we don't wait till that time, but we continuously keep delivering small chunks, small deliveries to the end customer. Okay. Now it can be, just to give a very simple example, right? If you have to build a Swiss knife, yeah, it has many parts. Every part does a function which is independent in itself. So to begin with, in the first month, we can just build one of the blades here. In the second month, we can build something else. In the third month, something else. But that end product keeps going to the customer.
Okay.
And what benefit it gives is the early feedback that we get from the customer. So this is a typical agile mindset, and Scrum is one of the methodologies followed today, right? Most of the organizations are following Scrum. You can follow Kanban as well, which is another way of going agile.
Okay. And when we talk about product owners, it is now all are on agile methodology, or is still using waterfall method?
No, mostly for a product owner role, yes, it is used in an agile setup.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you. Now we can continue with the definition of product owner.
Sure. Coming back to it, right? So, what will the product owner do? So, for the Scrum team, the product owner is going to decide what are we going to deliver in this period, in the next month, in the next quarter, and so on, which gives maximum value to the client. So that is the biggest responsibility a product owner will have. Product owner will also act as the Scrum team's ambassador to all the stakeholders, right? You have business stakeholders, you have internal stakeholders, senior management. Everywhere the product owner will become the face of the Scrum team and would also protect the Scrum team from, requirements coming from every nook and corner of the setup.
Okay.
Right?
And before, now this product owner terms has been so famous and everyone is hearing about it. But earlier, when I started my career, business analyst was the role everyone was talking about. That's a boom, you should go about it. How it is different from product owner?
Sure. So, we can say, so for myself, right, I also started my career as a business analyst. And then slowly I transitioned into delivery management and then got into the product owner role. So how we can compare these two roles is, a business analyst is a person who's focused on requirements, right? Understand the requirements, understand it in the best possible way, and then explain it to the development team. However, the product owner role is a little bit, business analyst plus other things.
Okay.
The plus other things are a lot of decision making for prioritizing the backlog, right? So we spoke about the roadmap, right? So eventually the roadmap is translated into features, and those features come and sit in a product backlog, right? So now there could be 100 things sitting there, and a business analyst will not do that kind of a decision making, but the product owner is empowered to take those prioritization decisions. Which one to pick up, which one to do this month, right? Which one to do in the immediate sprint, which one to park for next year. That prioritization is the one which distinguishes this role from a business analyst role.
You make it easy for us by just giving a simple example on this?
Yes.
Maybe anything.
Sure. So let's say when we speak to the stakeholders, right? The business stakeholder says, "I want everything now." That's the statement that comes from them every time, right? Now, the product owner actually evaluates that demand. For example, a stakeholder is asking for a small change in the day-to-day, in the way they are using the product day-to-day, which helps them gain a benefit of some time saving, right? However, that request does not align to the strategic roadmap. Okay, so the product owner sometimes takes that tough stand, yeah, and they will decline that request from the
Okay.
stakeholder, explaining them that, no, this deviates us from the strategic roadmap. If we do this, yes, you get a quick gain, but you compare, if we do something else, right, you compare it with that gain and look at that trade-off.
Okay.
Right, so it's very important to communicate the reasoning behind that trade-off, and so the customer and so the management also understands that, yes, this is the rationale.
Okay.
before
And when we
taking
say
the
strategic
decision.
roadmap, it's about the product's strategic roadmap or the
Yes.
organization's
The product's
product
strategic
specifically.
roadmap.
Okay.
Yes.
Fair enough. And we talk about these emerging technologies, because right now there is how the technologies are evolving. So AI, blockchain, IoTs,
Sure,
lot of
yeah.
things are coming in. But when you are, let's say, in the product, as a product owner, you are having a strategic vision to develop it in a particular phase, and then you realize, oh, new technologies can actually add up more value. Maybe now everyone is talking about AI after this Chat GPT and stuff, and now you feel like, okay, if I have Chat GPT part of the product, then it's gonna be a great for me. Then you at that time required to change the strategic planning as well.
Absolutely.
But how you cope up with that as a product owner with the emerging technologies? How you balance that? What need to be included? What need to be parked? Or your perspective for emerging technologies?
Yes, you're absolutely right. Like they say, right, change is the only constant. As a product owner, now we don't fear change. We in fact keep looking for, okay, what is happening now? What is new in AI? How can I integrate my product with, for example, like you said, something
Yeah.
like a Chat GPT. We continuously keep reviewing these needs, right? And AI is one, another is cloud, right?
Yeah.
When I specifically talk of banking products, we have several robust systems, right, in the organization, which are successfully rolled out as products. They're very robust, but because the businesses has grown so much, now they're not able to manage the load effectively. So we're looking at cloud options. Let's go to upgrade the infrastructure. A cloud upgrade will actually let us manage the real time demand very effectively. Plus, it will also balance out the off peak period, right? So, yes, we keep looking to enhance our products every time. Every time we build build a backlog, we build a roadmap, and then these new things keep coming and um, keep getting keep churning that product backlog to
Okay.
keep the right things at the top. Now, when having said that, right, it's not always very easy to integrate with the evolving tech, especially for a big MNC bank, as we say, right? Because sometimes while we want to go overboard with all of this every time, right, we want to say, okay, no, now bring this, bring that, bring everything modern which we can bring onto our product. However, first thing that a product owner keeps in mind is, first of all, because we look at enormous data from a customer's perspective, right? We have client data, we have customer data. So the first thing the product owner will look at is, right, before integrating with an AI model, am I securing my data? Data privacy, data security has to be the topmost requirement over here.
Okay.
Secondly, because we are a bank, right, we are bound by the regulatory compliance. We cannot go overboard with something which is not fitting in our statutory and regulatory structure, right? So keeping all of that, respecting all of those requirements, yes, you're right, without compromising on security, without compromising on data privacy, regulatory, yes, we do look at AI all the time, right?
Okay.
Another thing, right, which for a big organization where a product owner is constantly looking at maximizing value, right? So what I keep looking at is okay, this new thing has come, but if I have to deliver it very quickly, I have to time it to the market without compromising on the basic requirements. Is there something I can reuse? Right? So, reusability of AI models is again a biggest lookout that we keep looking for, right? Because as a bank, we can have several hundred models here. We can also duplicate sometimes, right? So which we want to avoid. So if someone has built it, why can't I reuse it in the
But is
bank?
that happening in the banks? Because most of the team works in silos.
Exactly, exactly. That's the biggest challenge, right? I would say, because it is very easy to pick up something off the shelf and try integrating it. However, sometimes we don't come to even know that this is already built, this is in production, this is working here, and it is doing what I'm supposed to actually also enhance my product with. So
amazing, and I think there are quite a lot of challenges you have told as a product owner. But Abha, as we are doing this Women Month special, I will like to ask you that in your career, have you ever faced anything that the challenges which is because of the gender? You have like, because I'm a woman, this is the challenge, else I would have done something else, because actually you have done amazing in your career, right? How it has been balancing the family and the career together and the growth. Maybe any challenges or anything you like to share with us, or anything you want that should change for the woman?
as a woman, right, it is not, I want to change something. I want to change something within. This is to the women folk only, women community only, who are leaders, who are managing work life very well today. What I have seen, right, in my teams with my junior subordinates, there are a lot of there is a lot of potential, but women have this, they would take a back seat when it comes to promotion discussions, when it comes to getting the due that they really deserve. So my only advice here is, right, stop overthinking, right? If you want to apply for a new role and there are 10 eligibility criteria, a man would say, yeah, I meet all of them, and they would apply, right? A woman would actually, a man would not even read all of them, probably.
I don't agree with that, but yeah, but okay,
Yeah.
let's.
A woman would actually go and analyze each one of those 10 eligibility criteria, and she might think that, oh, I don't meet two of them, so let me not apply, right? I don't fit in here.
Yeah.
And that's something, inherent in naturally in women, and I want to tell women, stop that. Go for it. It's okay if you don't meet all 10 criteria. It's fine. You learn on the job and deliver, right? So there's a very
So agility is needed.
agility is needed. Exactly. Be agile. Go for it. Try it out. Learn on the job. And you can do it, right? All you need is a plan. A lot of skills we don't acquire when we enter an organization or enter a new role, right? But yes, there is no way to stop us if we have a plan to go about upskilling ourselves. That can be done anywhere.
Fair enough. It was really amazing talking to you, Abha. So I have a last segment of the show where I will like you to talk to my audience directly. So like there are many women out there maybe who are watching us right now, and they are at a verge of or taking a path to become a product owner, right?
Yeah.
So what are the best practices or any learnings you would like to share with them, to my audience?
Okay, sure. So, all right. If specifically talking of a product owner role, right? I would maybe categorize it into three approaches or three skill sets, as I call it, right? So one thing, definitely you need the know-how of what you're doing, right? It could be technical, it could be operations, it could be business knowledge, right? You have to know your product. Why are you building it? What is the need? What is the problem the product will solve for the end customer? So knowing that is utmost important. The most important question a product owner has to know the answer for is why. It's not what will you do, it's not how will you do it, no, but why are you doing it? So that's one. Secondly, soft skills. I think it is valid for not just a product owner, but many other roles that we perform, right? You have to have a very strong communication going on with all your stakeholders, right? You have to have empathy. You have to sometimes keep yourselves in their shoes. Sometimes you have to keep yourself in the development team's shoes and think from all these angles. Empathy, communication, decision making, which I spoke about earlier, right? Sometimes sometimes, not taking a decision is worse than taking a wrong decision. It is sometimes fine to take a decision and discover the product. Sometimes you make, this was done, but the product did not fare very well with the client, right? You fail fast. You immediately revert that, and you learn from it. You deliver something else, which now meets the customer expectation. So fail fast, make the decision. Do not sit on the decision. Don't do decision paralysis. Go for it. And lastly, to sum it all,
Yeah.
you need the business and technical know-how, you need the soft skills, and you need a strong decision making.
Awesome. I think this would have been a great session for my audience, and they
Thank you.
have got great learning. I learned a lot today, and thank you for being on my show. And as a last ritual,
Oh,
so
thanks
yeah,
so
so
much.
not as big as Coffee with Karan, but it's the GB show special.
Thank you. Thank
And
you
guys,
so
I will
much.
see you next Friday. Till then, take care. See ya. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.